RBI going 50, any surprise for you?
No, I mean, that was probably the most consensus view in the Indian market in a long time, and the RBI delivered. It was basically they had to do a 50 basis points rate hike.
Okay, and where to from here?
That's the difficult part. I think, so far it's been reasonably easy, right? They had cut 75 basis points during the pandemic. So, you have that, normalization, so to speak. So going from here to 515, so another 25 basis points is essentially not a very difficult thing to do. You're just normalizing what you gave in the pandemic, you're taking it out. The question is what happens after that. So we do think that inflation will continue to move ahead, and that they will have to move towards 6. 6 is also something that is consistent with their own framework that the RBI has. And I think that that's the point at which I think one needs to start questioning whether or not you can, if growth slows down quite a bit at that point in time, does the RBI pause, or does the RBI deliver what the market is looking for, which is close to 7? But our sense is that somewhere between, that 515, 525 and 6 is where I think the RBI will have to make the hard choices.
So how is RBI going to juggle continuing to increase rates and also, as the governor suggested, remain focused on orderly completion of India's government borrowing program?
Look, I mean, that's obviously going to be a big task at hand. But my sense is that, the RBI over the last 30 years or so is quite adept at moving from one objective to the other objective, prioritizing one over the other. My guess is that the 10-year bond yield is also as big of a target as inflation and growth. And my sense is that, that is where the big decisions will have to make. That's where the juggling will have to be done. I don't think the juggling needs to be done now, but the juggling needs to be done once you've got to this 525, 550 range of rate hikes. That's when the juggling does. And clearly, what happens to the fiscal deficit, how much they have to borrow, how much the 10-year moves up in anticipation of the additional spending that the government is doing in terms of providing support both for food inflation as well as for energy prices. I think that's really where all of the concerns will be, but that's something probably closer towards, November, December of this year rather than now. I think right now it's a pretty straight path, right?